record back
Let's
on.
look at that good-looking superintendent.
Look at that. That's
And
sticky
I am
office.
admitting all.
Oh, you can do that.
Hello?
James, I will let you record. There you go.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Catch you on the other side.
Right.
Okay. You.
If anyone would like to make public comment, please put your name and address into the chat feature. If anyone would like to make public comment, please put their name in the chat function.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
sometimes with an audience this size, it's helpful if people turn off their video. It helps with the functionality if people are comfortable doing that.
Great. So if everyone could turn off their screens. Dana Trudeau, could you just say something so that the yellow button pops up so that I know where you're at? I will be right back. Okay, if anyone would like to make public comment, please put their name in the chat function.
Sarah, do I need to put it to everybody or did you get,
I have it just going to me, so I'm getting them.
okay.
Unused button. Unused Neo, Alt plus A. List item. List with 4 items. Press search plus space to activate. Mute button. Mute my audio. Alt plus A. Press search plus space to friends. Search up or
Does
down.
anybody else have the computer reading every
Mute my audio.
command
Alt
and everything on the Zoom out loud to them?
with
Yes,
4 items.
yes, I
I
do.
can shut mine off.
Space to activate.
How does anybody know how to stop that?
No.
Sarah, if I could, I'm getting indications that people are getting messages that Zoom has reached its maximum of 299 participants.
Yeah, that is just really unfortunate. And I apologize because we have a 300 person max on this account. So I would just say for people to keep
Okay.
trying. Because it is still admitting people.
Is there a way to, in real time, increase our subscription so that everybody that wants to get in can get in?
No, there unfortunately is not.
Okay.
So Sarah, if we continue to admit people, does that bump someone else off?
No, I think it's kind of people's connections, like bumping them off and then someone else is able to get in.
Do you want to start and I can just keep an eye on?
Yeah, and if
Anyone else?
anybody knows how to run this onto a Facebook feed, that would be great. I apologize because clearly this is an open meeting violation. So, you know, I've got to own that right now. And it's unfortunate. It is being taped by MHTV. So I would have to assume, James, that it will be made available later on.
Yes, it will be later on. Yes, correct. Tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sarah, if one of us gets bumped off, what's the best way to make sure that we can get back in?
That's a great question, and I do not have that answer because I do not know that answer. All right, I'm going to get started. I will call the meeting to order at 7:08 p.m. I'll just say it again, as the meeting is called to order. I know that we're bumping up against our 300 person limit. That I apologize for that. This will be aired on MHTV starting tomorrow. And, you know, I understand that that's an open meeting violation, and I apologize because I very much thought that our 300 person limit would not come into play. If everybody could themselves as well, that would be great, so we're not picking up any feedback. And if you want to make public comment, please put your name in the chat function. It is going directly to me, so I am seeing everybody's. All right. I believe public comment is the first thing on our agenda. So, Joan Miller, you're first up.
Thank you, Sarah. Just give me 1 second. Thank you. Hi, my name is Joan Miller, and I am the president of the Marblehead Teachers Association. I am also a parent of 2 daughters who attended the Marblehead Public Schools, and I am a community member. I am speaking to you tonight on behalf of all the education professionals in this district. This is a very difficult and trying time for all of us as we navigate our way safely through this global pandemic that we find ourselves in. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Superintendent Bucky, the school committee and administrators, the parents and the teachers who have all served on all of the reopening committees this summer. This is work that everyone involved in has taken seriously as we have worked to come up with plans that can address the needs of staff and students in a safe return to school. I'm here tonight on behalf of the teachers of Marblehead to request that we begin the year in the safest way possible, and that is a full, robust remote learning plan. I understand what we are asking of the community and the parents, but I also believe that the risks of a premature return to schools are not worth the reward. As educators, we are asking for a return to in-person learning guided by science and only when it is safe to do so. On March 12th, we all left school thinking that we would be back in 2 weeks. That 2 weeks turned into 3 months, and we were left to build the boat while we were sailing it. As educators, we are committed to building a remote learning plan that is as robust and engaging as possible to meet the needs of all of our students. Though we also recognize that there is no substitution for a classroom full of eager students guided by an engaging educator. But before we are teachers, we are parents, grandparents, husbands, wives, daughters, and sons. The risks of opening prematurely outweigh the rewards. We do not have to look to the hotspots of Florida, Texas, California, and many more to understand this virus and see its devastation. With summer travel, college students returning to the area, and Labor Day, we are fearful of what September will bring to our school community. I know it's easy to look at the transmission rate in Massachusetts and desperately want to get back to normal. The teachers want that more than anything, but our numbers here in Mass are on the rise. When it comes to the health and safety of students and teachers, I believe right now we must err on the side of caution. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. For the sake of moving our meeting along, usually our public comment is 3 minutes in length that we give each individual. I'm going to limit it to 2 minutes tonight. So Joan, very good job. I think you were just at about right. Jeff Hoffman, I'm not sure if you had a public comment. You said something in the chat, but I'm not sure if that actually lined you up.
Excuse me, say that again?
Jeff Hoff, did you have a public comment to make, or were you just commenting?
I disagree right from the bat. There
Okay.
are ways to do this safely. I'm against what she's saying 100%.
All right, thank you. Samantha Nelson.
Right off the get-go here.
All right, thank you.
It seems that we have pivoted.
Samantha, you're really quiet.
Okay, sorry.
That's better.
Okay. It seems we have pivoted in just days from a hybrid model to a fully remote model, and I am struck with a sense of dread. How do I tell my children? How do I tell them that they will not be going to school, not interacting with other kids, not experiencing new activities, and that their world will be within the 4 walls of our home? How do I tell them that the fears of few are massively impacting the many. And how do I tell them that we have developed ways to get kids back into school, but yet we have turned away from those methods? And how do I explain to them that a not one more case standard is impossible to achieve, and it will likely mean not getting back to school? And how do I explain that a mitigate and manage approach that has been used in other businesses, hospitals, and institutions somehow won't work in our schools? How do I tell them that their friends at Tower, their cousins in Cohasset and New Hampshire will go back to school and they won't? How do I explain to them that those schools found a way to get back, but we haven't? And what's really tough is how do I tell my daughter, who has been filled with joy at the prospect of her first day of first grade, that she will likely be sitting at our kitchen table on a 10-inch screen? And how do I tell my son that the failed educational experience that he received in the spring will somehow be miraculously better by the fall? How do I tell them that the Commissioner of Education today has stated that it is near impossible to teach kindergartners and first graders to read over Zoom, but yet somehow we're going to do that? Let's make decisions with reason, facts, and logic, not fear, uncertainty, and doubt. School committee members, this is the moment you came here for. Just stand up for our kids. Please do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha. Kate Thompson.
Thanks, Sarah. I want to start by sharing that the statement I'm about to read was compiled on behalf of the entire reopening committee, unanimously signed by all of us, which includes Nan Murphy, the assistant superintendent, our lead nurse, the chair of our school committee, representative from the Board of Health, the principals of Glover, the high school, veterans, Village, Eveleth, and Coffin, our directors of facilities, technology, athletics, student services, finance, and food services, and the METCO program, Joan Miller, our Marblehead Educators Association president, 2 students from Marblehead High School, and 4 parents, including myself, one of whom is a representative of CPAC. And our statement is as follows. Dear Dr. Bucky, at your invitation, we, the members of the Marblehead Reopening Committee, have worked as a team over the summer to review, discuss, and advise you on various aspects of the school reopening process. Throughout, the safety and well-being of our community has remained at the forefront of our work. We have spent countless hours digesting the many reasons to reopen and considering the risks associated with a rush to in-person learning. We have poured through the evolving safety protocols and considered the cost-benefit analysis of remaining remote. We have gathered and analyzed feedback from our community, including parent and staff surveys and listening sessions. We have observed the experiences of communities across the country who are wrestling with the same difficulties, and we have considered the input of experts in the field of education, child psychology, pediatrics, public health, and more. This Thursday, August 6th, today, you will present your reopening recommendations to the school committee for approval. And on Monday, this plan will be delivered to Commissioner Riley of DESE. Earlier this week, following careful consideration of the risks and benefits of myriad hybrid approaches, we as a team expressed agreement to start the school year in remote learning with the intention of getting back to in-person as soon as safe for our community. The decision was based on discussions with the Board of Health. It is our understanding from these discussions that Massachusetts is experiencing an increased rate in the number of new cases. We were also told that community-wide and timely testing is not possible. In the interest of time, I'm going to skip the rest of that paragraph and we'll post the statement for later. But I want to skip to the important part, which is that of a paramount importance is that as a nation and a commonwealth, we have not yet controlled this pandemic. We have not yet established reliable systems for testing or reporting, and we have not yet had enough time with the virus to understand its potential to spread within community groups like schools. We reviewed the safety protocols, and we do not yet see a viable path forward for in-person instruction that ensures the safety of our community members. However varied our individual roles within the district, our love for the Marblehead Public Schools and our concern for the safety and well-being of our students, our staff, our teachers, and our desire to implement equitable and innovative reentry approaches that meet the needs of all learners is ubiquitous. Therefore, we urge you to recommend a phased-in approach beginning with a fully remote opening. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. David Harris, can you please speak publicly with what you were just texting me?
Right, if I could. So given that we've unanticipated that we would go over 300 people, I think there's an opportunity here to take a 15-minute recess. And we're going to talk with an administrative assistant in the town that may be able to increase the Zoom meeting to 500 people. It was done for a recent event, and we think we might be able to accomplish that to allow people who are unable to get on the meeting. We can at least increase it by another 200 people. So my recommendation would be a motion for a 15-minute recess and see if we can make that happen.
Great. So David's made the motion.
Second.
Second. All right. I'll roll call. Sarah Gold, yes. Megan Taylor.
Yes.
Emily Barron.
Yes.
Sarah Fox.
Yes, it will still be the same Zoom link, right?
Stay logged on, and it will
Yes.
just be a recess.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll just recess. And then David Harris.
Yes.
All right, so the motion carries 5-0. We will take about a 15-minute break. We will not begin the meeting again until at least 7:35.
Welcome.
Thank you, John.
James.
All right, James, sorry. I'm
sorry.
flustered right now. John, you're on. Emily and Sarah, are you back?
I'm here, yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so Kyle was not able to increase the amount of participants to our account. So I think it's probably best that unfortunately we adjourn this meeting. Kyle said that we can, tomorrow morning, she can increase my account to 1,000 participants. So that should take care of it. John, I know Megan was talking to me during the recess. It sounds like our Monday deadline for voting.
You know, we have devoted time to this tonight, and I think that this is some kind of a stall delaying tactic. I don't really like this, okay? You can't just keep booking people for an hour and then decide that you're going to reschedule, just like doing the meeting last Friday afternoon.
I'm not really sure which meeting from Friday afternoon you're referencing, but we're right now operating in violation of open meeting law. And on something.
Can't we stream this on Facebook or stream it somewhere so you can just be done, get this done tonight?
It's a bunch of incompetence.
I have no idea how to do that.
Yeah, you have no idea because you're incompetent.
I bet there's, oh, she's not incompetent. Stop. I bet there's somebody in this
Facebook
300
is not a place for any of
people that
this.
knows how to do that.
Hello?
Does someone have an idea?
So our only option right now, and I apologize profusely, is that we adjourn the meeting and reschedule it. We don't even need to do an emergency meeting. We can do our meeting within the 48-hour time period, which will allow us to post for Monday evening at 7 o'clock. Can everybody on the committee make that work?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm flustered. Could you say the time one more time? I'm sorry.
So Monday the 10th at 7 p.m.
Will be this meeting?
Yes.
We won't be able to do the 48 hours then. It would have to be Tuesday because we can't post till tomorrow, right?
Correct.
There has to be somebody in this group that knows how to stream this on Facebook.
Already being streamed on
It's ridiculous that you have to wait till next week.
Just
So Sarah, can I ask if it's possible that we make the documents at least available to the public who's chimed in the interim, just that I agree we can't operate an open meeting law violation, but I also don't want to leave everybody with bated breath about what the recommendation is.
Sarah, can we schedule an emergency meeting for Monday evening though?
Yes, we can do that.
All right, so
we can schedule an emergency meeting for tomorrow evening or tomorrow at 5. Or it's a Friday, so I want to I want to be able to let people participate.
Right, people plan for it and participate for it, and
exactly.
I think I'd like to just ask for a little bit of civility here. We are trying to comply with the open meeting laws. We've run into a technical challenge where we did not anticipate over 300 people. We've made a good faith effort to increase those numbers, but we want everyone to hear the plan, and we want everyone to have an opportunity to speak about the plan if they choose to. And taking any other course of action, such as streaming on Facebook, the meeting is legally posted as being available on Zoom. There is no way for us to let people know that we are now streaming on Facebook. And so I think this course of action is reasonable. It's 48 hours, not including the weekend. It allows people to, hopefully come back and join us and schedule another time so that we can allow everyone who needs the opportunity or wants the opportunity to hear the plan can hear the plan as it's presented by the superintendent and his staff. It's just a good.
Their preliminary plan. Anyway,
Sarah, is your plan not due to the state by Monday?
It is due on Monday, but John just notified us. Can everyone please mute themselves? So the plan is due on Monday, but John just received word from the commissioner that that date has been pushed back. So we can do our meeting and we can offer it to everyone as an open meeting should be, so that everyone has a chance to participate and comment should they want. And the committee at that point can have the discussion. John, a request has been made that the reopening document or the reopening document that you provided to the school committee this evening be made available. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm fine with that. That's no problem at all.
Okay, so that can be posted to back together Marblehead.org or backtogethermhd.org. We will get on that immediately so that the public can have a look at that. And our emails have been ablaze all day today. I'm sure that will continue. And we are always desiring and wanting public participation. And I apologize profusely, but this seems to be an unfortunate best case situation in how to remedy the problem.
Sarah, I do have one question, and you and John definitely will know better if this is allowed with open meeting, but we most certainly cannot deliberate the topic and or vote as a city in a quorum, but I wonder if John can still make his presentation as long as there's no deliberation or discussion.
I strongly
maybe no.
David?
I am not an open meeting law professional, Sarah, but at this point, we're not opening school on Monday. I think the course of action, I think it's responsible to allow all the citizens and parents of Marblehead who want to participate in this meeting to have the opportunity to participate and not have to watch a video.
I totally agree. I was just trying to find a middle ground. I agree that everyone that wants to be part of this should, and I think that the right decision is being made.
Yeah, I think a happy compromise is to make that document available so people, have the information and have a chance to read it and digest it before we discuss it on Monday. So do we need a motion for that?
I think I'd appreciate that if we can have a motion to adjourn our meeting this evening and reschedule for Monday, August 10th at 7 p.m.
So moved. Seconded.
Megan moved, Sarah seconded. Roll call vote. Sarah Gold, yes. Megan Taylor,
Yes.
Emily Barron,
Yes.
Sarah Fox,
Yes.
David Harris.
Yes.
Thank you. That motion passes 5-0. Again, I apologize to everyone. I had upped my ability to have participants much earlier in the quarantine, and we have come nowhere near 300 participants at any point, even during our budget discussion. And I apologize that I lacked the foresight to plan appropriately for the possibility that we could have 300 more. I was talking with the town during the recess, and the plan is to up my account to be able to have 1,000 participants for the Monday meeting. So I do not anticipate any issues in allowing people in at that point, and I apologize profusely. So I will unfortunately adjourn our meeting this evening at 7:52 p.m. Please see backtogethermhd.org. The superintendent will post the plan that he was going to present to the school committee this evening for everyone's viewing. You can email reentry@marbleheadschools.org, or you can email schoolcommittee@marbleheadschools.org for feedback.
Hey, Sarah,
Yes.
just to clarify, it's www.backtogethermhd.com. It's not a .org.
Oh, thank you, Kate.
Yep.
So www.backtogethermhd.com. Thank you, everyone who came tonight. And again, I apologize. This is absolutely not the way that we wanted this meeting to end.
Can you tell us when the document will be posted, or where, how long we'll be waiting?
John and Kate?
Yep, I'll work with Kate as soon as I get off this call. I have some speaker notes on the presentation that I have, so I'll just make sure that I remove my speaker notes and we'll get it up within the hour.
Thank you.
And the new Zoom link will be there as well.
The new Zoom link will be created after my account is increased, and it will be posted tomorrow. And we will post that onto the backtogethermhd.com as well.
And did you say re-entry at Marblehead Schools? Is that the reopening email? Was that what you were referring to?
Yes.
Re-entry? Okay, the reopening one. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you all. I apologize.
Thank you, Sarah.
David.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks. Thank you.